everyone. Hello, Jane A here from Your Weight Loss. Oh my goodness, this is take 2. We had started about 2 minutes, and then my daughter just like she was getting closer and closer. I could hear her louder and louder, and I'm like, she's coming in. And Teams wasn't opening. And you know what? Like, she told me something the other day, and she's like, today went really well. I'm like, of course it did. Like, what do you mean? She's like, ça c'est stressant. And I'm like, why would you say that? She goes, ben, des fois, you can't answer, and then they don't see you. And it's like, she was like, the technology piece behind it, she was nervous about it. And I'm like, Pichido.
The technology, the passwords.
Okay, is it the same in your district?
I
It's a bunch of letters and numbers and signs and
yes. Honestly, that has been the most difficult part thus far, besides the fact of trying to be all in one place at once. But like getting them to know how to use their iPads, and like having 3 iPads and having 3 different kids, and the teachers don't all do it the same. So like Alfie's stuff is here, the girls' stuff is
you have
here.
3 iPads?
Yeah.
Holy moly, like think about that. Like not everyone has 3 iPads. I didn't think about that.
We're very lucky because of Alfie's learning disability, he got assisted tech, and we had 2, so 1 got added.
Okay, all right. Oof. Anyways, that just like and so obviously I was recording and she walks in and then we had to stop. So I'm not that I'm on edge. I'm pretty calm, but still like I made her feel bad about doing that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you were very gentle.
Okay, I was gentle. She's like, where's dad? I'm like, go see dad. Like, I don't know why the app is not opening. And besides, I know that thing. I don't know why the app's not opening. Like, am I supposed to know the technology behind? I don't like Teams, but also I think it's just me being a big baby, but I don't like Teams. I'm sorry. Like for what I know right now, I don't like it.
I mean, I'm not going to say I don't like it. I'm going to say I don't find it very user friendly.
Okay.
I'm like, where am I touching? What am I doing?
Like she's been in school for 3 years and I've never been able to, and I think I like know things about things, but anyways, I'm like, how are other parents doing this? There's no way. Oh. I've never been able to meet her on Teams. Like for our parent teacher.
Oh.
Never been able to figure it out. Like, yeah, I'll call you. Just answer. This is me. Where are you calling me? What does that mean? Why is there not a link? All the other all the other programs, you have a link that you press. What is this calling? I'll call you. Answer. I'm like, I'm in front of my computer. You're not calling. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's Teams is really funny about changing, like, so to have Teams like on Alfie's iPad under Alfie, and then to try and switch it to Phoebe, trauma.
Okay, and then there's Teams physics, like Education Physique, and then there's Teams music.
Oh, mancha.
Oh yeah. Anyways, so basically I got the email and they're like, remember, it's Teams music and not whatever. And I was like, this is only Thursday. We'll figure it out on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
One day at a time.
One mother day at a time.
And like the girls' teacher sent me their schedule, which is great. And then there's a link to watch the YouTube, but that's like on, where was I sent that? On my email. But then my email isn't on the girl's iPad.
No. Oh, don't you even. I know.
You know what I mean.
I know what you're saying.
I'm like there.
It's no teacher's fault, though. Like, we're not talking bad about teachers right now. We're just saying about the situation, everyone.
I'm there like capital B, lowercase c, putting in this link. Oh my God.
No.
Yeah.
It's something. And like, I was just talking to someone yesterday and I loved his attitude at the Sobeys, like just like right into it. Like, if this is still my life in 2023, like I quit, you know? And it was just like we were just laughing. I was like, oh my God, this person. And I love when I meet people that are just like me. They're just like right into it. Not like, let's just take it one day at a time. Like, that's fine. Let's do that. But let's do a little bit of like, wow, huh? And I said to him, I said, like, I don't know if people without kids are understanding what people with kids are going through in this pandemic. Like, I just like, holy man. And kids at daycare, kids at school, just kids in general, kids at teenagers, same thing. Like people that take care of other people. Like, you're in a pandemic and you're only taking care of yourself. Good for you. You know what I mean?
I know. It's a lot. And like, I'm glad you clarified we are zero complaining.
Oh my God, Ben. Nah. Like you
know, the teachers are doing their best, you know, It's just,
And I
it
just
is.
hate freaking. I'm just imagining myself as a teacher, like you know how I am, and I keep it simple, and I never even have like a freaking lesson plan. I just show up and I'm pretty and I just teach, and I would have to write things down and like send it to parents. I would not like this job. I would not like, and then we were teachers for a decade. You know what I mean? So we get it. Okay, wait. My sickness. We had
Okay.
talked about my sickness
You're
and my
you're
premenopause.
looking better.
Yes, I did put makeup on. Can you tell?
Yep.
I'm working on my eyebrows. Can you tell?
Yep. I'm here for it.
Anyways, you guys, we're on day 2 of antibiotics, so I think this is going to go really well. Oh, and we were talking about the fact that you didn't know that I am very much prone to sinus infections. Yeah. So I knew, oh yeah, Monday night when it attacked me with like the most massive migraine ever, and my whole face was hurting, and I can't breathe through my nose. I'm like, I'm having a sinus infection. 100%. I had one on a cruise in 2010. I will never forget it.
Oh,
I will never forget the pain I went through on that cruise. And I had to go see the doctor on the cruise for
yeah.
antibiotics. Though. That was so great. Though. Anyways, migraine, it's because it like triggers migraine after migraine after migraine. That's how I know it's not going well. Anyways, after talking to the doctor, she was like, did you have a fever? I'm like, kind of. I'm like, what is a fever? She's like, anything over 100. I'm like, yes, I did. And then she's like, okay, well, it's obviously bacterial. Like, you're not, I'm like, I've been sick since forever. I feel, she's like, have you taken COVID tests? I'm like, girl, you don't even know how many COVID tests this girl has taken. Pretty much hoping at one point that it's positive. Just like, give me something, give me a reason.
I know.
Even this morning, still negative. I'm like, Jeff, is it positive? Is today the day? He's like, no, still negative. I'm like, holy mac. And people are like, keep testing. I'm like, it's been 10 days. If it would have popped up, it would have popped up at one point.
Yeah.
Because I have heard so many say first one negative, second one negative, and by the third one it was positive. I'm like, this is the 27th. Is it still, should I keep going? Anyway, so not premenopausal. No more hot flashes. Thank God. Those were the worst, I think. They make me all nervous. I'm all sweaty.
That's not fun. And then you like know that you should get up to change your clothes because you'd sleep better, but then you have to get up.
For me, it all okay. And then I got a moment, Josie. This always happens when you're on your period and you think it's blood. Because I'm so sweaty in that area, like all like on my legs, my ass. Oh, this is getting serious. And I always worry that it's blood, that I went through my tampon and that, you know what I mean? That it's blood everywhere. And no, it's not. It's just me sweating. So maybe
this happens during your period most times.
Yes. Yeah. Every month.
Yeah, your hormones are like they're strong.
So strong. Get pregnant just by looking at Jeff. Like, nah, c'est vrai. Oh my God. Had sex once. Every time I got pregnant. The 2 times I had sex with Jeff, I got pregnant. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, so today, Julie is forcing me to rest.
I am so happy.
Yeah. She said, remember that time I was sick and you were like, I don't want to hear it. You're not going. And like, it makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so good being at the studio. And I felt like I could handle it. But I understand now. I understand the importance of rest.
You realize that when your body is fighting this, your body's working really hard. And then when you exercise, that's putting stress on your body. So your body's like, oh.
Yeah. See, there's balance as well. Some people are just like, oh, I think I'm sick. I'm going to like rest. And I'm like, are you? You know what I mean? So for about 10 days, I'm like, are you really? And then I decided that it's when you get too much, you're like over it. Like this needs to go away. And then you kept saying you need to rest for it to go away. Like it's not going away. You know what I mean? Anyways, Here we are. I will spray and antibiotics later.
I thought I was going to have to really do an intervention here soon.
I know. Well, I thought this was it. When people are like, basically pass or fail, all or nothing. And it's like, I'm failing because of this one meal or this one bite. Basically, I'm like, 2022 is over. I'll never be happy again. You know what I mean? I'll never be healthy again. It's January. And you know why I felt that way? It was because it was January. It's like my whole year ruined because of this cold, starting the year this way, Holy moly, everyone. It's also a waste of time because it's only a matter of time that we catch COVID and I'll be sick again. You know what I mean? So I'm like, geez, oh, Kaipin.
I actually had a moment with Neil yesterday where I was like, Neil, You are the only human that goes into the outside world right now. Wear your mask. You know how he wears his mask.
Like an old man.
Like an old man with his big nose coming out the top. I like don't understand. I'm like, do you need a different mask? Do you need it to be tighter? What's happening?
Yeah, what's happening? Tell us what the problem is.
I tried to tell him why this is important because of the new variant. And I'm like, if you get it, you bring it home to us and then we all get it. And then I was like, wait, we're all gonna get it. Like, obviously I don't like, we're in a position, everyone in my family is in a good position to get it and not be very sick.
Yeah.
We're not around vulnerable people. We're not, so it's like, oh, I guess
it's like, oh, you'll have to isolate. Oh, isn't that what we're doing already? We're already stuck at home.
Yeah. Are we allowed to go for a walk for isolating?
I don't know. That's a great question. People are yelling no or yes. In my mind, I'm like, malo. I mean,
I don't think you are.
I mean, walk on your treadmill. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be the worst part for me.
Oh yeah, the walking.
Did you see that I walked almost 10 kilometers yesterday?
No, I did not see the world yesterday.
And it was minus 33.
Yeah. I mean, when you were dressed up well, like at the end of the day, clearly you weren't cold that much. You would have turned around.
There was.
Oh, you want me to give you a medal? Oh, wait.
No. I don't want a medal, but no, I was cold. There's no question.
Why did you keep going?
Because I wanted to.
It was fine.
Because it's the only moment.
It was fine if you kept going. You know what I mean? Like it was cold, but like you would like manage to finish your 10K. Hopefully you weren't dying on the side of the road. If not, I'm like, go back home. What are you doing?
I was not dying, but I was really cold. I kept going because that's my only time away from everything.
Yes.
Yeah. But I was like only this much showing and it was cold. It took me like hours to warm up after. You know, that happens sometimes.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was great. It was sunshine was out. It was awesome.
Perfect. You need to take it away. I saw this jacket where you zip it up all the way and it has the like goggles attached to the jacket. So you zip it and you can see through the thing. I need to show it to you. I was like, oh wow, no one would buy that. It's probably very expensive, but at the same time, there's some hikers, there's some people that are like really intense.
That would have been the perfect jacket when I walked in the storm to Jillian's, literally.
Yes, and even yesterday you would have been less cold. Hey, Phoebes, hey. Oh, someone else needs us.
Oh, your Julie is not there anymore? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Hey, Phoebes. You guys, this is real life. Our kids are going to come and see us while we're doing a podcast. Because
once you guys are done, Julie, you can find something else to do, but it's not on your screen, okay? Okay, shut the door. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. How cute. Bye.
I actually left them. They did such a good job. I left them with 4 things on their list.
Okay.
And like I tried to set them up as best as I could so they could do it independently. We're working on independence over here.
Oh, I love it. That's a hard one for you.
Yeah, it is. But I realized that I can't literally physically be in 4 places at once.
Oh.
Neil made his own lunch today.
Stop. How did he feel about this new way?
I mean, I had leftovers in a Tupperware that I took out for him and said, here's your main lunch, add in the other things.
Okay.
And then I said, fruits, veggies. He goes, which drawer are those in?
Oh my God.
He was kidding, but.
Okay, are you giving him like a list of ideas? Or is he like, I got this?
No, he's like, I got this.
Okay, well, this is good. Do we think this continues forever?
I mean, if I'm making the kids' lunches, I'm just going to make his lunch at the same time. It just makes sense. But right now, I'm not making the kids' lunches, right?
Do you like that? Do you like that change?
I do.
Change. I do too.
I do.
Yes, I don't have to do lunches. I had to do lunch for Noah, and he hasn't been to daycare since today. So I was like, oh, what do you want in your lunch? More crackers? Nope, he doesn't eat noodles anymore.
Gone.
Yeah, they need to be perfectly cooked. And if they're overcooked and too hard, he won't eat them anymore. Yeah.
Right.
Let's just go with crackers and fruit.
Perfect.
Crackers, fruit, yogurt. What else did he have? Compote de pomme, cereal. It's just fruit and carbs. Although fruits are carbs. Just a bunch of carbs.
Lots of carbs.
Lots of carbs. Poor buddy. He doesn't have a big appetite lately. He's like, no, pas faim. Okay, whatever. Let's just keep going. Okay, yes, I was saying that I got operated when I was young in my nose. I had these big things. And my whole childhood, Alicia, I had my nose was always bouché, plugged. Plugged
Oh,
through, like, not by like because I was sick, just plugged and I didn't know why. And I would always have to put juice on the side of my bed when I woke up because I would always sleep with my mouth open and it
so
would be
dry.
disgusting and so dry and water would be just disgusting. Anyways, and we went to the doctor and they were like, oh my God, Kate, Ami, no, something was happening that it was like when you're little, as you get older, they get smaller and smaller and smaller. Mine were still 97% there. So
Oh
he
my
like took
gosh.
them out and it was like ding in the thing. It was like bushing my nose my whole life. And when I would go in planes, the pain in my ears because of that, right? Because the sinus was always bushy. Anyways,
Yeah.
I always had like a weird sinus. Me and my ears and
Wow.
my sinus, huh?
Wow.
My whole head.
Okay.
Do
Fun
you think
fact.
we can make it?
Huh?
Oh, I looked. Quebec and Ontario were starting school this week and next week. Like that, they were not doing online learning, coming back from Christmas break, and I'm like, why? I thought we were following them. I thought that's the only thing that made me feel good. Other people are going through this trauma. No one else. Even BC, they were going back to school yesterday. I was
Nova
like,
Scotia?
I don't think Nova. I don't know. That's a good one. I don't. I didn't hear about them, and if they were going to back to school or not. Interesting. That would have been the right province to look into.
Anyway,
Um,
it
yeah.
is it is what it is, right?
Right. Yes. I just made a post to help people that are new because there's tons of new people in the
Mhm.
community. And it's basically like what your weight loss tool, strategy, or content do you like the most? Because I'm thinking like, do you really enjoy the daily emails? Is that your favorite part of being like a member? What's your favorite part of being a member? Because I'm trying to think about people that have been for years. You really have to be attached to like a certain thing that you're like, that is really adds value to my life. And I'm like, I wonder what that is. And everyone's like, everything has they're so sweet. They're so good. I'm like, ideas. And I gave like a few ideas or like all of the above. I'm like, there's way more.
Oh, that's fun. That's a fun post.
And I thought then it would allow people to be like, oh, wow, we get a daily email. Oh, wow, there's a question of the day. Oh, wow, you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes when you're new, you're like, you don't know how to find your place, how to find your way at the end of the day. And so it can be like, it could be overwhelming, but at the end of the day, it's about regulating how you feel.
It's overwhelming because we don't give you do this. You must watch this and then
Right.
eat this and walk this far and drink this much water. And I think that's overwhelming is that there's no set of rules, but there's all these tools, but they don't know right away which tools they're going to use right away. Like you just have to like explore the tools, open the toolbox, touch the tools, smell the tools, test them.
Test them. And also, it's like one girl said, they all have their value at different points in their journey. So there's like one
Yes.
girl that's like, at one point, I really enjoyed the templates, but sometimes they just don't fit my lifestyle. You know what I mean? So maybe like templates in the summer, we always like simplify our templates in the summer because we know that like people are busy and often templates is not the majority of our members do not use our templates. You know what I mean? So we're trying to make them as simple as possible and just stay connected. Stay connected to the weight gain in the summer so that you can make choices. That's
Yeah.
about it. And
Yeah.
we make our meetings so fun.
So
But yeah,
fun.
I'm curious. Anyways, I was excited. And I just said, this is a great post for newbies. So you can know how people use your weight loss so you can be inspired and kind of figure out your way. Oh, January.
It's been a weird January, I feel like.
Okay. Oh my God, I feel the same. Clearly, I thought it was just because I was sick. How do you feel?
No, I remember that I felt the same last year, and I almost think it's I don't know. There's a lot of like pressure, whatever, not the right word, up to our event, and it's like I don't let myself think about myself for January until after the event. I don't know, or maybe it's pandemic January. Maybe it's I'm a grown up now. I don't know.
I know what you mean. So last year, our event was at the end of January. So all of January was kind of just like, maybe it's because of our work. So like it's like not about us in January. It's about the people and getting them to feel excited about it. So we don't let ourselves feel excited. Remember my tiny depression in February last year after our event because we were in red. Things weren't good, huh? I remember all these things. And I'm like, today, obviously, clearly right now, I'm not at my best. You know what I mean? Like mentally, physically. And it's just like a hard January. I thought it was just me because of how I physically feel. How I physically feel really affects how I emotionally feel. I'll bet. Do you feel the same? Although you're never sick.
I don't get sick often for sure, but nor do you.
No, I know. Yeah, this is a long one.
This was a long one. This
Yeah,
took you down.
yeah, it's one man down. But at the end of the day, I was thinking about, and I did a live yesterday about this. Like 2022 is not going as planned. Like on many sides. Like for online schooling, that was not planned, and me getting sick not planned, and Omicron not planned, and just the restrictions not planned. Like it's not like what we had planned for 2022. And then I started to think while I was trying to sleep. We talked about adjusting. I talked about adjusting in my live because clearly adjusting is so important right now. And I'm like, just think about how three different people all need to adjust in three different ways. The teacher needs to adjust because of online learning. The student needs to adjust because of online learning. And the parents need to adjust because of online learning. So just right there, three different people in each other's lives need to adjust in different ways, and just showing how online learning, that's one thing we're going through, how we all needed to adjust. Most people needed to adjust to that change. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
how adjusting is just so important. Like being able to adjust without like having a mental breakdown. That's the thing. It's everyone will have to adjust. It's adjusting without a mental breakdown.
Yeah. And it's hard, guys. Like it's hard. It's not easy. But we do see ourselves making efforts towards not trying to stay stuck in the drama. That's all I can say that we do is, sometimes it takes longer than others for us to go in from the acceptance phase to the attack phase of our reality, but we consciously know we don't want to stay stuck in the sad, upset, mad phase. So we do what we can to push past that and get into the adjustment phase.
And I think that one thing that we do push past it, but we don't push it aside. So let's do that. Like we actually get through it and not beside it. So I think most moms and parents right now are feeling overwhelmed, like not happy with the situation, and they're just pushing aside and not really look like, well, let's just succeed and blah blah blah. It's like that attitude, and it's like, okay, is there a way that I could go through this online learning scenario in a happier way? I mean, happy is a big word, but happier. And also without having to, in the simplest way. It's like we say with weight loss, like, how can I lose weight in this? How can I be myself in the simplest way? It's something. Okay, so secret, guys. We're trying, Dia and I are together trying to get Jeff to say yes to a hot tub.
How's it going?
It's going half decent. He said, it's winter, and doing all the work to put in a hot tub in the middle of winter is not easy. You need to pour a slab, apparently.
Yes. Oh, I hate how right he is all the time.
Pouring a slab. Like, what does that even mean?
Cement. You need a cement slab for it to be on.
And he's like, where we want it is not an easy place to pour cement. So we're not just gonna have, like blah blah blah. But at least he wasn't like, we don't need a hot tub, blah blah blah. Anyways, I don't even know if I want a hot tub. It's like a treadmill I went once.
I am actually not a hot tub person at all.
Right.
Like my parents had a hot tub for years and they would force me to go. And I'd be like, no, I really don't want to. And they'd be like, you have to go. You have to go. See, wasn't that great? And I'm like, I don't want to change into my bathing suit. I don't want to be wet. I don't want to be cold. I don't want to be hot. I'm happy. Leave me alone.
Yes, you don't like the dressing and the going outside or whatever, but a 10-kilometer walk minus 30, then she's up for it.
And maybe if I had a hot tub, I'd go in the hot tub after.
Oh, see?
It's not even the coldness of being cold. It's the changing part. And I'm also having a moment. You know how I like extreme productivity?
Okay.
When I'm in a hot tub, I can do nothing else.
Right. We're not at the same place right now, Alicia. We're at different spots. And I'm trying to do the least amount of things possible. And you're just like, How can I? And I'm like, calm down, like relax, like
I'm a terrible relaxer. I actually think that's why I love puzzles so much.
okay, good. So you feel productive, even if it like really does not.
Exactly. Like I am doing something that is productive, but I'm
Right?
also giving myself a break that's relaxing.
That's you relaxing. I mean, I support it. I support you so much. Oh my god. I thought I was done coughing. Apparently not. It's been 25 minutes. Did we even talk about speak?
Okay, let's talk about it. Um
Okay.
and it actually applies to life. It applies to
Yeah,
everything.
it definitely does. Yeah.
So, the way that you think and the way that you speak about any situation, whether it's your weight loss journey, whether it's a food itself, whether it's your body, whether it's your behavior, whether it's the pandemic, kids at school, the way that you think and speak about these things is actually more important than what you are eating.
So, yes, it's not about how you speak. It's not about how you eat. It's about how you speak. And often when we think about our, especially weight loss, when we think about our weight loss journey, we go and start pinpointing things we're not eating, things we are eating, the reasons why we're not happy. We start pinpointing things and we don't realize that it's the way we speak that's really affecting how we feel. And how we feel is everything when it comes to how we behave. So I think that often we're so focused on tell me how to eat. Like, tell me how to eat so that I can lose weight. And I'm like, we're teaching you how to speak to lose weight. Oh, I like that. That is what
It's
we teach people. We don't teach them how to eat because we
no.
really don't think it's our place to do that. I don't think it's anyone's place to teach you how to eat. How to eat to do what?
I mean, I really think that if you're a person who has like a medical condition,
Oh, right,
that then absolutely you
right.
need someone that knows things about things to make sure that you are eating the things that are supposed to be eaten. That is a different story. But regular humans, most of us.
Yes, I like that. I like that you made that difference because, of course, if you have diabetes or a condition that you need to go see a dietitian so she can help you figure out how to live your life, yes, but the dietitian will not move in with you and tell you what to eat every single time and be on vacation with you. And, so you will have to have a language around being diabetic. You
So
will have
true.
a successful language in order to be successful. As a diabetic, like you need to have a certain way of thinking in order for it to work.
So true.
I don't know how we can say it louder, but like it's all about how you think and how you speak. And like the thing is, I don't know if this is a thing en anglais, like an expression, but on dit comme t'entends-tu? Like, do you hear yourself? We sometimes don't hear ourselves and we go straight to like, oh, if I could just stop drinking pop, if I could just stop my ice cap, if I could just, and I'm like, the fact that you are saying these things is not allowing you to think the proper things to help you lose weight. Like, it's all of the above. You are not in a calorie deficit. Done. It's not because of the ice cap. It's not because of the pop. It's not like you're not in a calorie deficit. Your whole lifestyle is not. And so you need to start looking into your lifestyle, aka lifestyle challenge. We highly recommend that you start looking into your life. Oh, you knew they were coming. Oh, oh, girl. It's not easy, huh?
It's not easy.
Well,
It's not.
Um, okay, so I think we can wrap this up. You go see Phoebes, what she's up to. I'm gonna go see if actually Jeff ended up helping Dia, or if they actually need me. But you know what, guys? We are just taking it one day at a time. Jules is trying to feel better. Hopefully, by the time you listen to this, I am like jumping off the walls, just ready for life. And right now we're just like we're just basically doing our thing, our January thing, taking care of our members, really excited about the new year, getting them all settled in, si tu veux. I think that people are slowly settling in right now. Like
I
it's a
agree.
whole year to get settled in. People
Yeah.
are, people are like working on their emotions right now, and I'm like proud of them. They're like taking their time. There's
Yeah.
more flirting than usually.
And it's nice that we're taking our time because that's what we need. We can't say it enough that we need time if we're going to change the way if we're going to change our life, we're trying to change our lifestyle. If you do want to change what you eat and how much you eat of it, then you need to work on those thoughts and those will not change overnight. That language, the words that you're using, how you're speaking about it has to be time.
Okay.
Okay.
What okay, I was gonna say, why are people struggling to give it time? It's like basically, I'm like, thank God I have that type of like language in my mind because if I was sick and I had like a diet mentality and January mentality, like it would have been like I would have been like, oh my God, this I can't follow my plan. I'm sick. I wasn't expecting this. Online learning is ruining everything. Like, right? No, it doesn't prove that this is not real life. Real life is you get sick sometimes and you gain weight.
Imagine
Like it isn't.
Imagine if you would have started some crazy diet at the beginning of January at the same time that your kids are all of a sudden home and you're sick. Imagine that formula for
That
disaster.
soup. That is a soup of disaster right there.
You're probably so cranky, you're hangry,
Yeah,
like, oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. This is when I'm so happy that I get to choose what I want to eat and when and whatever. Because imagine going through all of these emotions of being sick, and it's disappointing. I'm upset that I'm still sick. This is not fun. Okay, and I'm like, I'm mad. So there's that, and then on top of that, I need to follow a certain way of eating. What if I don't want? What if I'm not as hungry? What if I don't want to eat your white carrots, or I don't want to eat sweet potato? Or you know what I mean? And so then I'm creating a relationship with weight loss that this is the only way you lose weight is by eating these things. And you're not really learning the proper things. All right, I'm going to blow my nose. We're going to go. We love you. We appreciate you. Don't forget to join us. You deserve this. Follow us everywhere. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.